Welcome to Pitch Day. Thanks for coming out to Pitch Day for 100K. It's a great day to pitch. Everybody knows this is my favorite day of the fortnight. It's on social media, so it must be true. Today, we're going to hear from Ryan Hanks from AIMMG. So really excited to hear about those two companies and from these two founders. StartUpNV is Nevada's statewide nonprofit startup accelerator and incubator. We operate count them five, programs for founders and 4 investment funds or syndicates. Our nonprofit is supported by government grants and corporate sponsors in the short term, and over the long term by our accelerator companies who pledge a small amount of their stock, and our investors who donate 5% of their profits to the nonprofit. So we run Pitch Day for 100K every other Wednesday, and companies pitch for the Q&A, which comes after their pitches, and entry into our accelerator program. That comes with an investment from Fund NV, our pre-seed fund, and it's added to by our investor syndicate. We've averaged about $237,000 per investment, and that gets matched. Whatever the total amount is gets matched by Nevada's SSBCI program. And we've completed 29 transactions, investing in 22 different companies since we started doing this investing in early 2021. And we have 2 more in process right now. So that count will soon tick up to 31 transactions in 24 companies. So our investments range from $50,000 on the low end to $1.8 million on the high end. And now for the legal disclaimer. The founders pitching today are pitching to our SEC compliant venture capital fund and our accredited investor syndicate. Now we invite the whole community to attend for educational purposes, kind of like watching Shark Tank. And the educational component is critical to our economic development mission in Nevada. So everybody's invited. But the pitches today are not a general solicitation for investment. For information on entrepreneur and accredited investor programs and rules, and why I have to do this disclaimer, just visit our website at startupnv.org. Our nonprofit work would not be possible without the financial help from grants and sponsors like the City of Las Vegas, Clark County, GoEd, the EDA, and KPMG. Thank you very much for your support. A couple other announcements before we get going. Our Incubate Vegas program starts tonight, right there in our office in Las Vegas. So we're pretty excited for the second cohort of Incubate Vegas getting started. So if you're interested in that, just jump on our website. You'll find out all about the 10-week program that we have going on in Vegas. Second, Mobile World Congress is coming to Las Vegas next week. So if you are interested in startups in the mobile world, again, just you can visit any of our social media channels, particularly on LinkedIn. We have free tickets for people that want to attend Mobile World Congress and visit us. We'll be in the startup area of that with our Startup Vegas brand on the first day and our StartUpNV brand on the final day of the conference. It's a pretty cool conference. Come out if you can. And then finally, Reno Startup Week is also next week. It's going to be a busy week next week. So if you're in Northern Nevada, again, just go out there and Google Reno Startup Week. You will find all sorts of information, some of it on our website, some of it on the special website they've got set up for Reno Startup Week. Lots of events, lots of educational stuff, lots of social events and things that are all occurring throughout the week all over Northern Nevada next week. All right, Ryan, so you're up.
Yeah, thank you, StartUpNV, for giving us this platform. My name is Ryan Hanks, and I'd like to tell you guys today about AIM, who our main focus is redefining the AdTech and MarTech software industry with AI-powered innovation. During my time working with the AIM team in the past 12 months, we've been integrating AI into our AdTech and MarTech software inside of our portfolio, and realized that we've had some broader issues that we can kind of identify out in that marketplace that we see ripe for updating. Advertising and AdTech and MarTech is advertising technology and marketing technology. AdTech is something like Google. MarTech is something like HubSpot. So those hopefully kind of ring a bell for you. So these 3 problems that we see are a large amount of saturation and fragmentation in the industry, many solutions offering the same problem, solving the same problem, and a great deal of fragmentation, a lot of companies doing the same thing. The complexity of some of these softwares is beyond what the average user needs, causing a lot of friction to get from input to output inside of these softwares. And in the last few years, we've noticed that some companies have not pivoted well with the industry privacy upheavals. A regulatory change that you could think of would be something like cookie ad tracking. So when you log onto a website and you see the accept all and reject all, but it didn't previously exist, but that was an entire segment of AdTech, targeted ads. So what we're looking to do is to consolidate the AdTech and MarTech industry, both customers and companies, while improving the operations of these companies and the end user experience through custom software enhancements. We also intend to implement AI-powered systems to automate tasks and enhance decision-making, to eliminate inefficiencies, as well as expand the capabilities of the stakeholders to focus on business success and growth. And in the forethought of the regulatory upheavals, we want to make sure that we're uniting compliance solutions and delivering omni-channel offerings in highly transparent and efficient ways. Our TAM, SAM, and SOM defined here at the very top. Our TAM was the global AdTech and MarTech industry at $886 billion, just over in 2022, with an impressive compound annual growth rate. The SAM is the global artificial intelligence market, and that's estimated to be around $150 billion this year. And the reason we use this as our SAM is because this industry is very much at its infancy and largely undefined. And you have to believe that the people that are diving in at this point and looking for the solutions to put this newer technology to work, those are going to be the market leaders here in the next 5 to 10 years. Our SOM is building out an AdTech and MarTech in AI-enabled SaaS portfolio, which our forecasts have led us to see top line revenues of just over 32.5 million in 5 years. Our indirect players are established large markets like Google, Facebook, Adobe, just to name a few. But the way that we're looking at the competition today is broken up to different providers offering different pieces of solution. So Nexon, for example, is an AdTech roll-up. They'd be going after the same target companies that we're looking at. The Trade Desk offers programmatic marketing automation technologies, and they're offering the same solutions that we are currently building into our current AdTech and MarTech software. And then Trust is an early stage AdTech company that in the last 14 months has raised around $12 million. So they're competing for capital. We believe that AIM has a unique value proposition with AI integration as a way to differentiate us and help us stand out in the marketplace. Our business model is one of both development and scale. While working through this process, we've actually been approached by a few companies to offer AI implementation as a service. It's something that we're currently defining what that really looks like and kind of getting numbers around that. A main component is the AdTech and MarTech B2B SaaS rollup, which is a core competency of the portfolio here. But one piece that is a little bit more interesting here, I think, is the large language model tool that we are looking to build with the acquisition of these companies. So the cost of acquiring customers may be less, but the cost of acquiring the amount of data that these companies has generated is significantly more. And that is exactly what we plan to funnel into our large language model, to have a reusable tool for the companies that we're acquiring into our portfolio to put to work again and again until the point we've refined it that we can offer that as a standalone service. Our go-to-market strategy is broken up into these 4 parts. And as I mentioned earlier, we're existing the companies within AIM's portfolio currently undergoing AI enablement, and these will serve as case studies, helping us define our processes, define our KPIs, and get a better understanding of exactly how we can replicate this and get through this extremely quickly. The second is to research, evaluate, and execute acquisitions in this space. So making sure that we have a full pipeline of companies that we believe will integrate well with what we're building, and to make sure that they align with what our outlook is and how we're planning to roll them into our portfolio. Our third step is integrating these tailored AI solutions into the acquired companies, focusing on optimizing operations, identifying new revenue streams, and enhancing profitability. And then the fourth and final piece is to launch that large language model tool to marketing agencies globally. The team I've put together for this endeavor over basically the past 12 months is as follows, and each one of these individuals represents a core competency of the portfolio and has not only extremely beneficial experience with years of experience, they also have a large reach inside of their own individual networks. Kevin, the CRO, actually is the founder of a SaaS mastermind for business owners and investors, who helps us actually broaden our network to a larger community globally. Our ask today is for 1.5 million. Our valuation with current assets in portfolio is $7.5 million post money. We are picturing this investment as using a safe and putting a cap at the 7.5 million mark at a 20% discount. The use of those funds would largely be used for acquisition and AI integration at 60 and 25% respectively. And then the final pieces would be for marketing and expansion and operational costs, like day-to-day operations, team's salary, and overhead. I want to thank you again for the platform today and giving us a chance to tell you a little bit about AIM. This is my contact info. Please feel free to reach out to my mobile or email me directly. I definitely look forward to speaking.
And thanks to everybody who came to see us. And just a couple of program notes as we get wrapped up. Investors, if you're curious about this whole startup investing thing, we have 4 different opportunities for experienced and beginner and accredited investors. Our pre-seed fund, FundNV, that makes the investments in companies like the ones presenting today. Our annual conference fund, AIMMG, which is a hands-on sort of class educational fund where we do make an actual investment. And it's also kind of cool if you're new to town, you want to meet some other investors. AIMMG is a good place to start. We have our seed fund, the 1864 fund, that invests larger amounts in more mature companies, seed companies that have at least $500,000 a year in revenue before we'll consider them. And then finally, out of all of the people in all of these funds, we created an investor syndicate. The number in that number is about 200 people right now. So we have 4 different ways for investors in the community to get involved with us. Just check us out at startupnv.org. There's places where you can express interest and schedule some time with us to find out about all these things and see if it's something that's up your alley. We're going to see you back here in 2 weeks from today. So 2 new Nevada-based startups will be pitching to us then. So until then, take care of yourself, and if you can, someone else too. Have a good couple of weeks.